Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to war, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga don't do this. We better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shedeur.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing that. We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's all like,
when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He push him like, get off of me.
Get off of me.
Get off me.
No, don't touch me.
Was it worth the 30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night or was it? 44.
You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. This is gonna just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undisputed in me playing basketball, and I just want to line up. He's getting up. And show, yeah, we doing this for real. He's funny.
We're supposed to get the ball. This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's ugly. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. I know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail. Okay, you know what, big dog? Yes, I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
Blah, blah, blah. I just read somebody got some Cialis. Oh, my God. I had to take my headphones off and run out the room and see if I had some. I've never taken that before. What's up, y'all? Y'all can hear this coach's voice, as I call it right now. Y'all know what coach's voice is. That means I did something. I was yelling. Yeah, I went to that Chargers-Eagles game yesterday, and boy, whoa, was that fire. Fire. Like this chat is on fire right now. Shout out to all you guys out there, coffee cups. This is our morning coffee. As we know, Compton's in the house. Andrew Mance, I see you, big dog. Slim Diesel said he got the coffee and 20 milligrams of that Cialis. Oh, man. That pole in that hole about to meet. Okay. And what else we got up in here? Somebody got jacked up at the Costco. Y'all out here tripping. Love for you guys, especially for y'all who going to chime in a little bit later. This show's going to be fire. We're going to talk about these Eagles first, since I was there live and in person and got to see this game. And all I got to say is You know what's crazy about us as people? That no matter what you're thinking, I don't even have to know that because you're going to show that, right? Football players, especially in sports where so many people are playing, moving parts, teammates, I ain't got to know if we really rock together. It will show, right? And especially the relationship between a quarterback and his receiver, such a dependent relationship. I hated receivers and how they had to get treated and what they had to do. Because I was like, dog, your whole life really depends on that dude. You don't believe me? Look at right now what we're seeing up in Minnesota, right? Ain't nobody doing the gritty no more. He ain't gritty no more. You ain't got a quarterback. You ain't got a chance. So I saw this on kind of display last night, watching Jalen Hurts, watching AJ Brown in particular. I was looking like, been hearing a lot of conversation. Last year, you're reading books. You guys end up winning the Super Bowl. We think all is good, just like in a relationship, right? Y'all breaking up, y'all making up, y'all breaking up, y'all making up. All of that looks good, right? And then you try to get them a big gift to try to cover up the fact that y'all keep breaking up. But the reality is, even though it was great last year, something ain't right with this relationship. So this is the first thing I saw, which kind of caught my eye. As you can see, look at my man Jalen Hurts right here. This ain't right. This ain't right. We did this before. I think Shedeur had one of these out there as well. But the point is they have these, when they have high expectations for somebody and they show up, versus the Chargers, your QBR is lower than if you just spike the ball on every play. This is the Bleacher Report. So, that, they're not out here trying to really do any of that crazy stuff. They're just trying to report it. Then you see this. You're like, what the hell is this? 3 drops. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to go deep on that in terms of him, AJ Brown getting the 3 drops. Then I'm looking, watching the game. I don't even know if the NFL going to allow me to do this, but sometimes you ask for forgiveness, not permission. Let's see this play. You remember this play? So at this time in the game, my boy Carver Wright, shout out to Coach Carver Wright and my dog, is an Eagles fan. He's sitting there right next to me and we're watching the game. Obviously, I'm a Chargers fan. And he been talking the whole game of how Saquon just ain't Saquon. We in what, week 14? And I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I haven't seen many highlights that show me last year, Saquon this year. And we all know what A.J. Brown said after the game. One of the games a few weeks ago, they were saying, A.J. Brown, your numbers ain't right. You ain't right. What's up with you? He was like, well, what's up with Saquon? Yeah, I mean, it was a classic deflection, but it was real. Like, yo, if you're going to say I'm falling off, you better holler at him too. Oh, you don't think he's falling off, or you're not putting that story out there that he's falling off. So this play happens. Now, this is tush pushy, right? We see it, tush pushy. Whoever got that Cialis, tush pushy, right? And you can see the strength is to the left, obviously. Chargers knowing this. And in the tush push, you just expect 3, 4, 5 inches right here. These guys are going to go to hell. And you're going to be right here to try and stop this. Short yard is not even a yard. And watch what happens.
Both games are on ABC, ESPN.
Okay, well, the thing I do know is they don't want me to play the sound. I do know that. Okay, let's go. All right, so 24 making all kind of decisions that ain't business. Oh, they are. Let's go back. What are you doing? Okay, so in this moment, it's not a tush push, but you have already lost 1, 2, 3, 4. Full committed. They are going to the University of Alabama. They have committed. They are done. All right, so now we got a wall going. 88 is looking great because he's about to, that's what happens. So this is a hold, as you see, but it doesn't matter. It's tush push. Everything's happening so fast you can't catch it. Now, we about to go up in that space. We're going up in that space right there. Oh, this is just not it. Okay, anyway, so then we running. Now it's just, this track meet now. You can put a baton in his hand. It don't matter. But I want y'all to watch the end of this play because this is amazing. So I am actually watching this live in 3D as Saquon Barkley looks, and there's a family right here. And he throws the ball up. He sees the kid, smart, sees the man, homie, and he gives him the ball. Guess who's right there with the belly out? Those are my seats right there. Season ticket holder, man, since they've been at SoFi Stadium, and he gets the ball, and that boy was a star. When I say every Eagles fan in that building ran up to him, can I hold the ball? You know he probably wanted nobody to touch that ball but Saquon and him. But he was like, all right, you can touch the ball. Everybody take a picture with the ball. It was an amazing time. But I really want to get into the numbers. It wasn't to show me. It was especially with my belly. But the point is, it was a crazy game. Y'all know how it ended. Went to overtime. Chargers kick a field goal. Dicker the kicker. And then all of a sudden, y'all get y'all chance. Y'all going down driving, almost about to score a touchdown, it looks like. And Jalen Hurts starts to hurts y'all team. And he threw his 4th interception. So let's have a little fun with these numbers right here. Let's have a little fun with these numbers right here because I think it's very interesting to watch this. What is Jalen Hurts doing this year? Now, I remember a lot of people were mad at Cam Newton, killing Cam Newton. Cam Newton, what are you talking about? Jalen Hurts ain't top 10. Man, you hating on the brother. Y'all, You just jealous because Cam Newton was like, hey, y'all, I don't give a damn what y'all say about me and how I dress. I just don't think the dude is top 10. So let's see if he is top 10. Okay, so Matthew Stafford is balling out of control right now. This is in terms of quarterback rating in their ranking. 1, 2, 3. Look at these names. Goff, Love, Darnold, Josh Allen. All balling this year. Matthew Stafford probably going to be the MVP, especially if the Rams finish out with wins. You know, you can't handle Carolina games and then be the MVP. People are like, yo, I don't know about that. Drake May definitely comeback player of the year. I don't even know if you call it a comeback. Just like, damn. You that good? Damn that good player of the year. Let's call it that. Jared Goff, obviously consistent, excellent. Jordan Love always quietly just doing his thizzle. Sam Darnold probably, he can't be comeback player of the year twice. You were good last year like that. And then at the end, it kind of went away. Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, everybody always wants to hate on Dak, but guess what? Dak stays there. That's why he gets so much money. And Daniel Jones out for the year, torn Achilles, we know it, but still balled this year. Still have, look, now we get into the threshold where it's like, okay, Lamar Jackson beast, but at the same time, Lamar Jackson not necessarily eating this year like normal because of the injuries, kind of off right now, not in sync. Mac Jones, Mac Jones did come in because of injury to Brock Purdy and balled out, but Mac Jones over your guy, over your man, Jalen Hurts, okay, Aaron Rodgers, oh my God. And then we get to Jalen Hurts. Now, people telling me Aaron Rodgers didn't ball this year. Every time I tell somebody, Aaron Rodgers looking good this year. Okay, well then, by the rating, he's looking better than Jalen Hurts. And that's just crazy. Where we do that at? All right, so 96 in terms of quarterback rating and 96.2. Let's see what Jalen Hurts is ranked. His yak. That means what his receivers do after they get the ball. So this is a lot about ball location, ball placement. If I get you in the right position, you can go do some more things with it. A little more yak, 26. That ain't it. Pass length and completions, 5th. That's good. Average pass length, 1st. That means he's throwing that thing. So AJ Brown, all that time you talking about, man, I ain't getting the rock and stuff. You may not be getting the targets necessarily, but you certainly getting it downfield. Let's do something, okay? Oh, man. Before this game, he only had 2. Now he had 6. Tied for 9th. That was fast. Okay. Let's see the touchdowns. 12, 19. Okay. So 19 and 6. You're doing good. Now you went from doing great when it was like 19 and 2, but now 19 and 6 is like, all right, well, it's a nice B-, C+. I love giving grades. I'm a nerd. Okay. And then we can see average gain. All these numbers, though, if you notice, they're all teenagers. Look at that. Yep, look at them. Not top 10. You only see them in the top 10 in like interceptions, protecting the ball, which is very important, but not exactly what you're paying all that money for. Not exactly what you want. You want your guy, if your guy's getting what? At the time, highest paid player when he got his contract and keep leapfrogging each other. You're like, yo, give it to him. Not sure. So now let's go into this. Because this is where I really want to go. Oh, this is crazy. I want to see AJ Brown. Because AJ Brown has been, let's just say, he wears his issues different than Jalen Hurts, right? You can tell the difference. And I don't know AJ Brown's situation, but I do know I can stereotype, and that's auntie behavior kind of. Like, they always passive aggressive. They always, showing you stuff and then don't want to say nothing. They talking like, oh, man, it's on them. And AJ Brown is a man, but auntie behavior doesn't care if you're a man or a woman. It just means these tendencies, you leaking. That's what auntie behavior is. You leaking. Why you always leaking? Okay, so we got Puka, Trey McBride, who had that on their bingo card? Beast, though. Jamar Chase, JSN, McCaffrey. Come on. Look at these names. Pickens. Okay, Oliver. Okay, we know we're getting paid. We balling. Wow, your teammate, Devontae Smith. Okay, I ain't mad at him. That means the ball's at least coming out. Jalen Hurts. And here we go. Look at these rankings. 14th in targets. Okay? So when you hear AJ Brown always talking about, man, he ain't give me the ball, okay, I can understand why you think you should be a top 10 receiver in terms of targets, but you're close. You got 100, you're close. And 10 is 109 and you had 100. So that's 9 balls. And Justin Jefferson is out there struggling with that quarterback. And he's still top 10. So I understand what you're saying. He said he ain't even got a quarterback. And he top 10 in terms of targets. And then receptions, AJ, all right, they trying to get it to you, but it's not working out. Let's just say that. So let's continue to get over there. We got the catch percentage. Golly, catch percentage is 80th. Now we're going the wrong way. All right, let's keep going. Oh, man. See, this is the stuff I like. This is the stuff that they do in the NFL, and I think it's a different lens for the fans than it is for players, executives, those who are really about the personnel of the game. 1 second. Fan on getting hot up in here. So this is why I love this part of the game, because it helps you to objectify what players are doing, because this is the difference between football and like my favorite sport, track and field. In football, what are you doing? Like, you can blame a lot of things. Like AJ Brown is blaming the play calling. AJ Brown is blaming Jalen Hurts to a degree. He's blaming the fact that the head coach is not taking control and making sure star players are stars. Like, that's what happens in football. In track and field, all we want to know is, what was your time? Oh, what place you get? Oh, okay. Pass me some tuna fish. Like, you don't want to hear nothing else. And in football, you hear so many things, you kind of get lost in it. But this kind of brings you back home. And you start to realize, AJ, you're getting the ball thrown to you. And then when you get the ball, you are not doing exactly what we think you should be doing with it. Look at that. 79th in yak. That means it's 78 other dudes that get the ball. When they get the ball, they do something with it better than you are right now. Yards at the catch. Little stuff like that. But what I noticed yesterday, just to kind of sum it up, being there, the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously a really good team, and it's a good win for the Chargers because to beat the Super Bowl champions in a year where there's so much parity. We went over the standings yesterday. You don't know what team is the best team right now. Go. I mean, this part, the palm, the fat mitts, and boom, 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 boom. You know what happens when that happens? This is all that's going on in your head. You're not there. You're not right there. You're not where your feet are, right? So this is what happens to receivers, and trust me, they're running their routes and they don't expect the ball. They're running their routes and they have issues and doubts of their quarterback. So one is, he ain't even gonna throw it. So sometimes you see guys jogging, right? Then you see him running hard, but he like, man, this dude ain't gonna give me that rock where it belongs. And then you see sometimes, like we saw last night, it happened multiple cases, multiple times, where you're like, is he okay? Like, where's your head? And it could be just simple distractions, but I think they have a deeper issue. I think they have a lack of trust, which leads to a lack of chemistry, which leads to when that ball is coming real fast. You saw that fan catch that ball right in front of me, right? When that ball is coming and it's big, it's like a blimp. And when it's coming fast and your mind ain't on that ball, it's everywhere else. It's on Jalen Hurts and what he's been up to. And damn, he threw a good ball, all that stuff. You don't stand a chance. This is what you tell your itty bitties. How do you catch a football? Most of them gonna say what? Your hands. No. How do you catch a football? With your eyes. You gotta love what you seeing. Oh, here we go. And the great catchers go like this. Their eyes big, they just right here. You catch footballs with your eyes, and your eyes are the window to your soul. So guess what? Somewhere deep in there, at least last night, he showed us, he told us, they got some issues in Philly. So y'all lost the game if you're an Eagles fan. Shout out to my Chargers in the house. We did what we do, and we got that W. Big W, too, because the Chargers, after that Jacksonville game, man, they lost a lot of people's belief. Like, because we started the season so fast, everybody was believing in it, and then you're like, I don't know about right now. But big win against the Super Bowl champs. Can you get a bigger win? So let's go into these comments. Hit that like button. That's right. Somebody said hit the like button. And what else you supposed to do? talk about this. Henry Duran says Caleb Williams is better than Jalen Hurts overall. Yeah, I think he's a more talented quarterback than Jalen Hurts. I think his ceiling is higher. I don't know if all his stats, like, objectively have surpassed it. Obviously, he hasn't in terms of being to 2 Super Bowls and winning one, but that ain't how I'm talking. So I know a lot of times I get misconstrued because I'm not caring. Oh, well, you did. Look, man, that's a whole team taking you to a Super Bowl and winning. If you said Jalen Hurts versus Caleb Williams in some kind of like theoretical combine, who's the better quarterback? I would say Caleb Williams is silly, y'all. Y'all better put some respect on them fingernails. That dude is silly, okay? And so we'll see what happens with the Eagles. We'll see how it happens with the Chargers. Both of them could easily this year win it all because, in part, I think the ceiling's a little lower in terms of all this parity of which team is going to come out the NFC and the AFC. All right, let's keep it going this show. We're going to have to talk a little more of that college football because people are really up in arms about what happened, especially Notre Dame, obviously. But we're going to talk about how it's inevitable that the college football bowl system would die. So all you guys remembering the bowls, y'all remember how the bowls used to be it? Rose Bowl, Orange Bowl, Peach Bowl, all that good stuff. Well, now let's just say the bowl's a little bit different. All right, so Kansas State, Iowa State, I know how to speed read for y'all. I'm trying to get up in and out of this. When they ain't a video, we ain't gonna be there long. Trust me. I'm like, nah, sir. So you see all the bowls out there. Obviously Notre Dame, the third team, opted out. The Pop-Tart Bowl and all that kind of stuff. So nobody wants to play in these bowls no more. It's literally called right here, Pop-Tarts Bowl. Holiday Bowl and the Gator Bowl. Those are the bowls they tapping out of. Because you got to understand, they give you an invitation to the bowl games. And then when you get the invitation, you have the opportunity to, is that Steven Jackson and Stephen A. Smith beefing? You have the opportunity to deny or accept, right? You know what comes with it. We ain't stupid. But now it's not to the advantage of any program when you have a college football playoff system that is taking in 12 teams right now, already proposals for 16. I've even heard proposals for 24 next year because they have to readdress this in the offseason. So it may be 16, and then the 17th team going to cry, and the 18th team going to cry, and then it may be 24, and then 25 and 26 going to cry. And the point is, once you're not in it, why are you in it? Like football, I'm not playing football just for fun. I'm playing football for real. You play basketball for fun. You sit around the house, hey, dog, what you doing? Oh, man, let's go get some run. We go in the backyard, whatever it may be. Football, the only time you ever see a pickup football game is once, maybe a turkey bowl with your uncles. And even then, Uncle got to be slow. I can't be playing Uncle if he really tilting. We ain't doing that. It ain't no such thing as recreational football. You don't choose football. Football chooses you. So now all of this is going on. Ain't nobody raising their hand to be 13th place. Yeah, they got the 12 over there, and those are the ones that could do it. And but let us get in there and just be in the Pop-Tart Bowl and see Pop-Tart Bowl champs, right? But every time I ever played football, every single game ever, something was wrong. Something got hurt. Something got injured. Whether it's your pinky, just get a little cut, and that sucker be bleeding profusely, or you got a sprain, or your fingers go sideways, or your neck got a crook. Like, you don't play football ever and walk off the field the same way you walked on. Something is sore. Something got bruised. The cats don't want to be in no Pop-Tart Bowl. What are you going to say? What are you going to get when you win? A Pop-Tart? Like, I hate to say it, and I don't think they say it right because they're all infused with the money. The programs, the schools, the colleges, ESPN and all the announcers, nobody really can say it without messing with their money. So I get it. But the real is, ain't nobody trying to play in no Pop-Tart Bowl or any of them bowls. I just used that one because that name is crazy. Nobody. No. What do you say? Nobody. That's how the game goes. So Brady Quinn understands this, and he's pointing out the hypocrisy. Obviously, Notre Dame quarterback. And Brady Quinn is like, oh, this what we doing? Y'all trying to clown my squad? We got some kind of problem? We got some kind of problem here, homie? Okay, so folks at ESPN upset Notre Dame isn't playing in the bowl game after weeks of folks politicking against the lack of conference affiliation, using them as a pawn for their college football playoff selection show, having the ACC network play the University of Miami Notre Dame game on repeat for 48 hours during conference championship week. But now it's a bad look. They don't want to serve ESPN's best interest by playing in the exhibition bowl game. Got it. Because that same bowl game, you know what it is. That same bowl game is going to be on ESPN, ABC, and get some money. I love going a little into the comments. Like, I love just the headline, and then I'd like to expound on it myself, but see what they're talking about. But every now and then you get these comments like this, and you're like, oh, my God. So then Mark Hildebrandt says, I think it would be really great if you just took a breath and got over yourself. This is the typical response. You aren't the first team to miss the playoffs, and frankly, your program has had special privileges for decades. Join a conference and win it. Simple as that. Now, be real. When you hear that, you're like, oh, he got Brady. And this is the beauty of the process. This is the beauty of education. This is the beauty of knowledge. And we all have gaps of knowledge. We all forget something. We all be like, damn it, I forgot to say that. Oh, man. Well, Brady Quinn didn't forget. Just say this. Watch this clap back. Hey, Mark, partner, last year's semifinals games in the first expanded playoff included 4 teams that didn't win their conference. Tell me again how much it matters. One more for 4. How many teams didn't win their conference championship and were in the playoffs? What did Kobe say? Rest in peace. 4. You can't make this up. So the point is, shut up. Stop talking about you need to win their conference game. And shut up. Look, we know already when we watch Indiana play Ohio State, who won that one? Indiana. Oh, Ohio State's in trouble. No, they just dropped to 2. Like, stop it. So don't make this, the hypocrisy is loud because it's not even, and it's pretty close to impossible to really consider all people, all teams, all things. It is. Oh, you don't believe me? Check this out. So now they have to include teams that you know ain't got a damn chance in the world to win it all. But they may, but they ain't. But they might, but they ain't, right? So James Madison being up in there and Tulane up in there, you like, really? What are they doing? Why are they taking spots? Why Notre Dame ain't up in there? Really? That's what we doing? Yep.
It's a really good concept to have thresholds for everybody to meet, whether that's ranking, whether that's computer metric or something, because you have teams that are going to be ranked near the bottom of the rankings that are displacing teams higher. Now, that may be okay a little bit. I don't know if it's top 20, if it's top 16, if it's top 12. But it seems like some type of threshold is probably what's going to happen in the future.
It does, because we tried to create an exception to include the group of 5. And I think to your point earlier, Joy, we have teams on the sideline that absolutely could win a championship right now. No one in America, aside from JMU or Tulane, thinks that JMU or Tulane can win a championship this year. Like, that's the matter of fact. But they're in it because we had to include them based on the parameters that we were given. And I think that's going to rub a lot of people the wrong way. I don't know what those thresholds could be. But we're trying to include teams to make them a part of this when I think everyone knows that, yeah, they're good, but can they play with the big boys on a year in and year out? I don't know if that's the case, and I think that's what's going to rub Notre Dame, Texas, and Vanderbilt, because they could absolutely get hot and win it this season.
I agree with you, and I don't think I have as big a problem with JMU and Tulane getting in as a lot of people will. Do we believe they could win it? Absolutely not. I think they should be included. I don't know what the fix is to make people feel better, but in a season, and this is the first time we've seen this, the first time it's happened where 2 of them got in. Right. And so in this season, they got in. I'm happy for JMU. I'm happy for Tulane, and I'm okay with that. The big boys had their opportunities. You always look back through these seasons. We've all done it. We've all played. And you look back in your season and say, man, we wouldn't have lost that game right here.
Right. Oh, yeah.
If we didn't get knocked off right here, we wouldn't be in this conversation. Handle your business, and we're not talking about JMU and Tulane getting in. They got in. That's how it is. We'll tweak it. I don't know what the fix is.
Well, you know, the thing is, I do want to point out that I'm talking about best practice for the future. Under the current rules, I've got zero problem. No problem whatsoever. The question becomes, is this best practice? Our conference championship game is best practice anymore. I think
we know it ain't best practice. And this is one of the things that really irks me about just society. And I understand it could come off in a very distasteful way. I know it could come off as like, oh, look at you thinking that. From a high on your perch looking down at the peasants. But I'm not coming from that place. Y'all know where I come from. Y'all know where I'm from. Y'all know what my humble beginnings, whatever the hell. I've always had this mindset. Like, dog, when it comes to it, that's why I love track and field. I don't need no favors. Like, I got this or I ain't got this. I love that black and white of this world. When there are moments of meritocracy, merit-based performance. And yeah, Tulane. Yeah, James Madison, I see the records. But I also see the performers. And I'm like, dog, it ain't no way. But you gotta make a way for them to show you that there ain't no way. And so it happens a lot in life. You know, you could make it socioeconomical by where you're from or what your race is, your gender. There's so many ways where you're like, you got to include them. But they ain't got a chance. But you got to include them to prove that they ain't got a chance. And maybe they got a chance, right? Because there are always that 1 in a million. Or there's always that one that gets through, right? But come on, in sports, we still doing this? Like, what's the point? Being real. And I went to Columbia. I'm talking about football. Man, if they would have if we were undefeated and they said, imagine this, because they do it in basketball. And every now and then you see Princeton or a team jump in there and, ooh, they went to the Sweet 16, right? But the point is, if they said that to Columbia, the Ivy League football champion is in the college football playoffs. You imagine that damn selection show? And I'm sitting there a senior, like I'm trying to go pro. I'm a senior. And they like, and with number 12, we have Columbia. I'm going to tell you exactly how it would have went. And this is real spit because it happened. I'm going to give you a story and we get out of here. If they would have said we were in there and we had to play like 12, got to play Indiana or Ohio State or something, like we playing Georgia. My teammates would be like, what? What we doing? I'm not lying. No punks, just the way it goes. Because I give you this story, and then we get out of here. In the Ivy League, you start after the big schools. So the big schools start, I don't know, September 1st. We start on September 15th or something. So we got a week or two of watching them on Saturdays. So we would have practice on a Saturday when the big schools were playing. And I remember one time we were in the cafeteria. And, you know, I ain't gonna lie, I'm big dog on campus. I'm big, too. I'm, like, yoked and all this. And I'm the starting DN and playing running back. I'm doing a lot, right? I'm doing good. But it's still Columbia. It's still Ivy League. So we sitting in there, and, you know, I'm chilling, watching the game. Florida State, I don't know who they playing. But Warwick Dunn was the tailback. And I just remember one time after, you know, I'm eating, I'm about to get up, get some seconds, go get some more food. And I turned, and I looked at my teammates. And in slow-mo, I saw all of their mouths and faces and eyeballs doing this. Like, we weren't on the same level. And I remember talking, I was like, dog, why y'all looking at them like that? Like, y'all in awe. They like, wow, they can run that fast? Like, you know? And it just made me think. I remember, and I didn't check anybody because who knows if I could play on that level. But I was like, why are you looking at him like that? Like, you jocking him. Like, come on. He played college football like us. He D1 like us. Yeah, but they 1A. We AA. So, good luck, James Madison. Good luck, Tulane. And you're going to need all of that good luck. That's how the game goes. Okay, let's get into this. What y'all talking about in these comments? King Juke, my dog. Thank you for the super chat. Said sabotaging Shedeur. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk some Shedeur. We're going to talk some Shedeur. Y'all be cracking me up with this Shedeur. I hear more reasons or excuses for Shedeur than I've ever heard for any player ever. I think this is worse than Tebow. And this is worse than Manziel, like day one Manziel, because day one Manziel, but everybody's still thinking he going to do it. Remember Skip Bayless saying, oh, he going to be bigger than LeBron in Cleveland. But I remember, y'all literally told me that Shedeur fumbled a snap because he had the backup center. And I was like, yeah, you're right. And no one gives a damn. Like, welcome to the NFL. I told you I like merit-based stuff. Either you get right or you don't get right. Shedeur was the backup quarterback. What if the receiver's like, man, I can't catch this ball? What if Jerry Jeudy like, I can't do nothing? That's the backup quarterback. You want to hear that, Shedeur fans? No. So I don't want to hear that that's the backup center. Get y'all asses on the sideline and get extra snaps in, and then let's go. That's how football is. If you ain't got that mentality, no wonder you didn't make it to the NFL. Well, I made it to the NFL, but some would say I failed in the NFL because I never won a championship. How dare they say that? They a damn lie. Well, let's hear about why it matters so much to get these rings and things, and when did that change?
There was no ring culture before 1990.
Yes, there was. It's called winning a championship. It started when the first basketball game happened, and you win at the end of the season. The championship happens. That's ring culture. The first champion. That means next season somebody else is trying to win.
When ring culture of who is the greatest of all time, when they used rings for your greatness, came in 1998. That's when Jordan retired. Before 1998. There was no ring culture. It didn't matter how many wins no matter how many rings you had. It was the eye test of your greatness. In 1989, MJ was already becoming the greatest player of all time. They already saying this might be the best player that ever walked this planet. After the Olympics, he had 2 rings. In the playoffs, Magic Johnson, national TV, said he is the greatest player of all time. He only had 2 rings. Isaiah Thomas seconded. In the playoffs, while he's playing, the whole broadcast was, this is the greatest man that ever lived. He is the GOAT. He only had 2 rings at the time.
Blah, blah, blah. And right there, you saw the conflation occur. So the players were out there on the court, and we're going to translate this to all sports, especially NFL. The players are out there, and they like, yo, it's him, right? And there's man versus the machine. So the machine is the marketing. The machine is ESPN. The machine is the big companies that could just hit you over the head time and time again with the message to the point they beat it into your head and you start believing whatever the hell they want you to believe. That happens to a lot of people. The bell curve, the 80% in the middle, that happens a lot. Case in point, music. You hear the song the first time, man, turn the station. I don't want to hear that. Second time, damn, that song on again. Third time, next thing you know, you got the chorus out. And next thing you know, you singing the chorus. Next thing you know, you hitting your homeboy up. Hey, dog, you hear the song? They say there are 7 steps to marketing in terms of you going from I didn't know about that product to I'm buying that product in acquisition. 7 steps, right? And this is a whole sociology behavior where, you know, the first time you just don't catch things. We all got selective perception. So he talking about the players are like, it's Michael Jordan. And then the machine looked and said, we like that style. He already marketing himself. This Nike thing is rolling. You know what? We gonna say it too. We're in agreement. So that's the NBA. And once that happened, everybody before you shut it. It don't make sense. Like you like Michael Jordan, he's the best. How is he the best? Well, look at him when he scores. Yeah, but I mean, he's a great scorer, but he only got 2 rings. Well, it's because he's got 3 rings, 4 rings, 5 rings, 6 rings, right? And then all of a sudden you say, but he still doesn't have 11. Bill Russell still doesn't have 6. Kareem. So Kareem retired with 6, and then he has 2, and they say he the best. And Kareem was the best player in high school, college, and the pros. So you know it doesn't add up. So that lets you know something else is at play here, right? And they hijacked it. The machine said, we know what we want. So now let's take that to football, because they tried to do it in football, and football messed it all up. Football's like, what? Remember growing up, we ain't even talk about GOATs. We was like, who plays the position the best, right? Best quarterback, best running back. You never was comparing Eric Dickerson or Walter Payton to no damn Joe Montana. You was like, what? That don't even make sense. And then Joe Montana retires, go after KC retires, and then they like, it still ain't a conversation. Joe Montana's the best. Joe Montana, no. Jerry Rice is the GOAT. What do you mean? They were teammates. What are we doing? And football's like, I don't know what y'all trying to do. This ain't the NBA. Will y'all please trying to make it about one? And then Tom Brady comes around. Now, so when Tom Brady comes around, you start to say, okay, Jerry Rice, you're the best receiver. You're the GOAT receiver, but no one else is a GOAT. GOAT. Joe Montana, they tried to do it, but that was retroactive. It was Tom Brady. Who's the GOAT? It was Jerry Rice. And then it was like, oh, but it got to be his quarterback. But it's not his quarterback. It's Tom Brady at quarterback. So now is Tom Brady the GOAT? Yes, he is. Who is Jerry Rice now? Huh? Football like, what? Where's Barry Sanders? Where's Deion Sanders, right? What? Where's Lawrence Taylor? Huh? Football like, look, because it doesn't make sense. So to bring it all home, we all know we want to win rings. Like, you want to win rings on top of other things. Like on the way to success, you just want to make it to the pros. Let's just calm down and get to the pros first. Because I hear too many arrogant fans and parents talking about, oh, he ain't that, he only won. I'm like, only? Has your son done any? Like, you know? So let's qualify first. Let's just get to the pros if you can. But we know how hard that is. Now, beyond that, once you get there, people try to really undermine how good or great you are based on the rings. And we already just proved it doesn't add up. Right? Jordan was the greatest. They were saying he had 2. There were guys with 11. And they were like, nah, forget him. There were guys with 6 that were bona fide, 5 bona fide, Magic Johnson and them. Nah, forget them. So it doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And that's to this point, and I'm going to give you this story we get out of here. So I played 10 years, didn't win 1 ring. Y'all get it. But the jeweler for the Super Bowl rings, Jason of Beverly Hills, I was his second client ever. This is 2001. He's out the trunk, y'all. In 2001, he had one client named Leo Carson who had a cousin, and then he, my teammate, hooks me up with Jason. I'm going somewhere with this story. This is 2001. This guy, Jason, at that time, he was Jason the jeweler. Now he's Jason of Beverly Hills. Went from out the trunk, 2001, me buying chains from him because I just liked him and I liked his jewelry, but I liked him. To boom, dude got 14 stores worldwide right now. Tokyo, Dubai, and all that. Like, for real, right now, that's my dog. But I was his second client ever. So I'm leaving ESPN and they have a surprise show. You know, the last day Marcellus is here before he goes to Fox. See, this is why I talk trash to people in the industry when I know they try to hide behind the BS that they're saying. They throw rocks and hide their hands. They threw me a party to leave to go to another network. Meanwhile, when Max is leaving, he got forced off the show by Stephen A. He don't even show up for the last day. I'm like, what? I just don't like BS. Now, just say it like it is. Like, I would have much preferred to hear Stephen A. say this. Man, I don't rock with that dude. I already got him off the show. You think I'm going to go to this last show? I'll be like, gangster. Salute. Instead of, I was busy. I woke up late. Man, stop. They threw me a party. Anyway, so at this party that I didn't know was coming, I hope they did something. I was like, cupcakes at least, but they threw me a party. He shows up, and I'm like, why is Jason here? And he opens up jewelry case, and it's a ring. And remember, he makes the Super Bowl rings. So he gives me a donut ring. I should have it right now, but I didn't know I was going to tell you this story. And it's a donut ring, and it looks like a Super Bowl ring. And on it, it has all my accolades and all this love and all pro and all that stuff and my stats, etc. But he says this. He's like, we all know you didn't win shit in the NFL. You didn't win shit, but you won in life. And that's it. I'm corny. I just wanted, I wear that ring all the time because it's like I won in life. And I tell kids when I go speak to them, they're like, oh, you won a championship? Oh, you did it. I said, no. Because all you guys not going to make it to the league. And not all you guys even who make it to the league going to win a championship. But I want you to win this ring. What ring is that? It's the ring that you can win because you won in life. And all of us could attain that. Corny. I know. Just me. Love y'all. All right, let's beat up in the comments. And then let's get to this next topic. We got some Shedeur to talk about. I know y'all ready for that. Spicy chicken sandwiches over there. What we got? What y'all talking about in these comments? MJ had that 70-point playoff game. Dudes in LA started to pay attention. Remember, Celtics, 76ers, and Pistons was killing his dreams before Scotty arrived. Champ from LA said that. Okay. I mean, look, back then we didn't have the same media. We had fewer networks. It was hard to get that message from the east to the west, to the west to the east. I'm certainly in understanding of that. I get it. It was a different animal. Like, you're like, what he doing? What Moses Malone doing? Who? He sweat a lot? You remember all that? So, yeah. MJ made waves and he caught the wave because it all happened right at the same, perfect timing. Andrews, thank you, Big Dog, for the super chat. Blah, blah, blah. Everybody told me that blah, blah, blah was corny at first. Now cats walk up to me every day on the streets. Wiley, blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, baby, let's go. All right, speaking of let's go, where is Ja going? So this happened in the game, and once again, our neighborhood enforcer, Ja Morant, right there, that guy. Yep. Not playing, street clothes, decides to pull up on so he can make sure everybody know we don't play that around here. We don't play that around here. So here's my conversation. Let me let this roll as I talk through this. What is Ja Morant going to do in terms of legacy? What is Ja Morant going to do in terms of him being all he can be? This is like one of those like life conversations because you see so much greatness and potential, and then you see so much of this, which to me is just meaningless. And it's meaningless because, one, you're already being tested in terms of not your performance. Ja Morant's a beast. But can you bring everything else into the picture and keep it at that same level so we can ride for you, so the organization can finance? But you, face of the league, it's going to be players lesser than him, who going to get the support, who going to get the backing, who going to get the big da-da. Now, I'm not talking about shoe deals and all that stuff because he got all that. Come on, you walk with me now. We talking about all the stuff that he deserves, all the stuff that he earned. You know, like this is for you, but we're going to give it to him. Shit. That's when mama and daddy got to be like, hey. That's when auntie behavior goes too far. And that's where they are right now. It's like, you're doing the most. What's going on? But his dad, man, I saw this video of his dad dancing on the sideline. I said, and I hate to be judgmental because I know that man proud. You know, my mama was the same way. She drunk at every Charger game. She got on the jersey that say "Dad Mama," and she just holding court. So a lot of it is like excessive pride. Like you are so proud. Like think about it. Think about it. How this happens. Like you meet a woman. I don't know if Ja's dad, T Morant, was married to Ja's mom, whatever. But let's just say it traditional way. You meet a woman. Y'all go from vertical to horizontal, right? Y'all 9-10 months later, bam, little thing come out, little Play-Doh ball, little brown ball. All right. Then you show him another brown ball. Basketball, he 2, he 3, he 4. Damn, he can dribble. He good. He 9, he quick. God, AAU, he getting recruited. This is before NIL. They giving him free Gatorade. This little boy is a beast. Then he turns into Ja Morant. He got a name. He walking into the gym and people, you can just hear it. Oh, that's a good feeling. Have y'all ever had that feeling? You walk in, me on the field, them in the gym. Sometimes you walk in, they go, and then you hear it, but you act like you don't hear it. You be like, hey, there go Ja Morant. There go Ja Morant. And then people walk by you going like this. Or they go like this, or just whatever. Hey, that's Marcellus, Wiley. You be like, shit is crazy, right? Then he goes all the way to the moon and decides to get way up there and then looks back at planet Earth and says, funk this gravity. I want to go back down there. What the hell? Oh, you know how much work, you know how many practices, how many jumping jacks, you know how many times you've been in the backyard, you know how many times you took them to the Y, you know how many times you've been stuck in traffic going to the third practice of the day, you know how many times you had to get this boy on some Normatec therapy, and he gonna just be like, man, I want to walk courtside and say, what's up, homie? When you already got what you got on your resume and record in terms of the NBA's eyes. He's just giving it back. He's just tricking it off. It is what it is. Okay. People saying shout out to that mama. That's right, man. For real. Yeah, that mama was next level, brother. Let me just tell you guys that. Nakaya says it's crazy to me because every little street dude want to be in Ja position, but Ja want to be in every little street dude position. That is the comment of the day, Nakaya _TV. Yeah. This is why I act like I act, because this is who I really am. Now, I'm supposed to act a lot tougher. I know, I hear it, I see it. I'm supposed to act a lot harder. I'm supposed to, what the fuck? Like, I'm supposed to like be a little more mean. Oh, that ain't what dudes do. Am I a dude? Yeah, well, that's what dudes do, because this dude just did it. People be like coming up to you with this code. Ja Morant, man, there's no way, no how Ja Morant is gonna ever prove to me that he's hard. Because hard is weak. People don't understand that. The dudes that act hard, all the homies that I grew up with that are still alive, that are friends now, they were scared. They were weak. They were chasing something they didn't have. They didn't have the foundation, or they didn't believe in their foundation. Some of them had good homes. I was like, hey, dog, no. Your ass lived in Ladera Heights. Your mama and daddy was there. Y'all were making $200K as a family. You just decided to go chase something. You like gangster. But I've never been scared of gangsters, even though I know they could take my life. But guess what? Your neighbor could take your life. People crazy. Crazy ain't hard. Crazy ain't hard. It's easy to do the dumb thing. It's easy to go down. It's hard to go up. So being nice, hello, when you having a bad day and your kids are stressing you out and you walking through the door, can you open the door and say, hey, how's it going? Or are you like this, I'm pissed, so everybody get out of my way. It ain't hard being hard. It's easy being hard. And it's easier when you're weak, when you're scared. Because you trick off everything so you can try and scare somebody else because your ass scared. Why would you want to wake up and scare somebody? Because you scared. And I know, and I'm from the hood, I get it. And look, them fools I was growing up with, I was like, man, you just walk in the store and you're like, oh God, this fool. You be trying to go down fake aisles. Next thing you know, you in the Tupperware aisle. You know you came there for candy. You just trying to avoid this fool. Like, man, this fool. And then he's like, hey, what's up, boy? Where you been? Oh, shit. You good? Yeah, I was good right before I saw you. Now I don't know how good I'm going to be. So, Ja, get it right, man. You're not fooling nobody. Because kids want to be you. Hard cats want to be you. You ever talk to the real ones? You ever talk to your boys? You ever talk to the dudes in the neighborhood? They be like, dog, man, I'll leave this spot today if you let me get where you are. Are you kidding me? Nobody choosing this. It's just, hey, I'm going to make the best of it. I'm going to make some lemonade. Don't trip. I don't need nothing. I'm good, homie. The LA go, hey, I'm good, homie. You know what I mean? But if I could switch, if I could go up there, they all play ball with you. Everybody was in the 8th grade trying to play ball. It just didn't work out. And now you're going to act hard. You got hundreds of millions of dollars, and you so far away from that element, and you still going to act like that? Boy, stop. Okay, here we go. Let's get into this. Oh, man. Let's get into Shedeur. Shedeur time. Can't touch this. Shedeur time. Okay. Skip Bayless completely discredited by Mark Schlereth over Shedeur Sanders' take. All right. So I just got to read a little of this because I don't think people know the facts. Shedeur is such a fascinating topic. Everyone's talking about him, so a lot is getting lost. So what I really want you guys to know is because he's getting all this attention, now he's going to start for the rest of the season. There's a lot of different narratives. Some are saying he's being sabotaged. How dare you let him start? What they got next? The Bills, and they got Bills, Steelers, Bengals, 2 other really good teams. Oh, Chicago, the Bears. So people are like, oh, now you're gonna let them start when they got the hell to pay. Yeah. Look, I don't think any competitor ever is mad at who they got to play. Now, you certainly know that they're gonna be tougher to play against, but that. So I just want you guys to see this. That Stefanski, remember after the game, everybody interviewed him and talked about the play calling. And it's like, why would you take him off the field in the 2-point? I'm not defending Kevin Stefanski. I just like facts, y'all. This is what Schlereth said. He said Stefanski had given up play calling duties weeks ago. Now, why is that important? Just know that as we go forward. So everybody could stop blaming what they see on Kevin Stefanski. People are like, why he don't talk to Shedeur? He ain't calling the plays. Well, he still should talk to him. Yeah, he should, but I ain't gonna lie. If he's not calling the plays, the obligation is to get the communication streamlined, right? Now, I played a different position. I ain't had to talk to my head coach ever. Head coaches don't be doing much either. Y'all don't even know how the NFL go. It'd be a team meeting at 8 in the morning, and it'd be everybody. Head coach got that. Okay, guys, big week. We got the Titans. This team only won 1 game. We better than the Titans on every level. And Shedeur, you starting. Okay, that's the team meeting. After that, we break up into groups, offense and defense. And then that O coordinator, D coordinator. You are not seeing the head coach. Sometimes he walk by, he be peeking his head through the glass looking. Sometimes he's sitting in the back. He ain't saying nothing. It ain't his turn. It's over. True power delegates, O coordinator, D coordinator. Then from there, we go into positions. D ends over there, and the D line right there, right? Running backs over there, safeties over there when you go to your position coach. Then you go eat, you go whatever, watching film, you go play some ping pong, and then you get ready for practice. You do some therapy, then you go practice. Then you see coach again. He walking through the damn stretch line. That's it. Then he's like, all right, bring it up. Let's go. Let's play. I mean, for real, the head coach in the NFL, he ain't nothing but a delegator. This sucker here. So let's hear what Skip got to say about this. I don't know if we should speed skip up. Let's see what he's saying, because this is going to get us going on some Shedeur.
I'm going to say it again. Kevin Stefanski must be fired. I'm going to say it again and again and again. Kevin Stefanski did not want Shedeur Sanders, didn't even want him in the 5th round. Kevin Stefanski has done everything in his power to keep Shedeur Sanders from succeeding in Cleveland as a 5th round pick against all odds. Even yanking Shedeur again for the potential tying 2-point conversion, going with the Wildcat. It was a disaster after Shedeur had shown again and again he's the answer in the red zone for the Cleveland Browns. Shedeur Sanders just played by far his best game as a pro. He just threw for 364 yards and 3 touchdowns and led the Browns in rushing and scored a rushing touchdown from 7 yards. Clutch, clutch, clutch.
Oh, man. And this is said with love, because Skip Bayless is certainly on the Mount Rushmore, man. You got to give him his flowers. What? It's like watching, like, my son, he plays video games now. They playing Roblox, right? And then every now and then I make him play Dig Dug with me or a Sight Bike. He'd be like, Daddy, what is this? And you can just look at the graphics and they just, like, date it. He's like, ooh, 16-bit. That's like a Skip. Skip just sounds 16-bit right now. I was just like, what are you talking about? But, hey, some points made. Let's hear some more points made.
Skip, my brother. With all due respect, and I'll say it again, with all due respect, when it comes to your football opinion, I take it with a grain of salt. All right, number one, let me educate you. Kevin Stefanski gave up play calling duties during the bye week to Tommy Rees, so that wasn't a Kevin Stefanski call on the 2-point conversion. That was a Tommy Rees call. Now, Kevin should have overruled it. I get it. It should never have been called. Shedeur made some unbelievable plays in that game. Got a touchdown pass to Jerry Jeudy, was incredible on the man-to-man coverage. A couple of throws in the end zone, absolute dime pieces. There is no coverage for the perfect throw, and he made several of those during the course of that game. And he scrambled around and created, opportunities for his offense. In avoiding sacks and doing all that stuff. So it was incredible. All that being said, the 2-point conversion play was horrible. I get that, but it wasn't a Kevin Stefanski call. All right, and maybe I'm splitting hairs, but when it comes to your football opinion, this is the issue I have. You thought Johnny Manziel was going to be a superstar. You were on record saying he was going to change the league. You thought that Tim Tebow was going to change the league. You thought he was the answer at quarterback. So when it comes to your quarterbacking opinions and your football opinions, I'm out, like, no thank you, because they have proven over the course of time to be ridiculous.
Blah, blah, blah. Let's talk Shedeur, y'all. Let's talk Shedeur. Let's talk some more, y'all. Shedeur is fascinating. Let's all just start there. It's captivating. He gets your attention. He's in that Floyd Mayweather space where you either love him, like I love me some Floyd, or you love to hate him, like a lot of people do. So Shedeur's in that space. But what's complicating this space is, let's start here, when he was drafted. 5th round. Golly, why you got to go uphill like that? That's tough. Where he was drafted, the Cleveland Browns. Oh, God dang. Talking about being broke and poor, right? It's just like bad on bad. And so I think what gets lost a lot of time is, one, the facts of what's really happening in Cleveland. And 2, what gets lost is people are sitting there saying, hey, man, do you know how hard it's going to be for this kid to make it where he's going to get the respect, he's going to get the opportunity he actually deserves? And we stand here right now, and he's going to be the starter going forward. So give Shedeur credit. He has persevered, outlasted, whatever you want to say, and beat out a guy higher on the depth chart. Now, he ain't beat out Joe Flacco. Flacco just got traded. Dylan Gabriel, get your butt up out of here. Now, a 3rd rounder, a 5th rounder at the same position just beat a 3rd rounder. Give it to him. Real spit. That, like, I know nobody want to talk about that or don't care. He better than Dylan Gabriel. I didn't say that. In the preseason, He wasn't. You want to know why? He got drafted in the 3rd round. It's better to get drafted in the 3rd round than 5th round. That's more money. I'm talking about they invested in you more, so they rooting for you more. That's what took Shedeur so long to start over Dillon Gabriel. We got to get our ROI, but we are here. Now, since we're here, Shedeur got a ball. You can't start talking about strength of schedule and who we got to play against and who he's playing with. You can't do that because this is not how you get up that hill. Thank God Shedeur doesn't have that mindset. But what's next is you still got a $264 million quarterback who's, I hear, is healthy and not healthy depending on what story you read. And you got 1st-round picks next year. Fernando Mendoza and all them out there. And they like, it's a battle. But Shedeur shined. And that's what's so good to see. Like the dude went out there and is balling with all of that going against him. So everyone imagines, what would he do if things were going for him? If the winds were at his back? We'll see. Because some guys ball out even better when it's against them, against all odds, as Skip said. And some guys, come on, y'all. All I need is a little bit. I'll make a lot of it, you know? And I'm rooting for Shedeur in this respect. I think he's good. I think he's really good. I think that he needs to understand that he got the opportunity of a lifetime, but it may not happen right here in Cleveland. And I think talking about that makes people think, I don't like the kid or I'm not rooting for him. Oh, no. I just know that a 5th rounder just beat a 3rd rounder, which is amazing, with a coach that I'm not sure going to be there next year, with a quarterback room that I'm not sure is going to look the same, especially because you got somebody who's going to be making $200 and some million just sitting there eating his fingernails. That's tough. So I don't know how it's going to play out, but let's play it game by game. We know this year we're going to get to see it, but I just want to give everybody a heads up. Turbulence, expect turbulence. This is your captain speaking. Cruising over Idaho right now, 30,000 feet. Expect a little bit of a bumpy ride going forward. So we're just going to turn on the seatbelt sign. Boom! And then it's coming. That's all I'm telling you. You say what you want, how good, how great. Dog, you got 200 and some million sitting there, and he dead cap next year, still high? Shit. What do you say? The actor Bubba says, shit. You know how well you got to play to sit down somebody 200 million? Tom Brady did it. You know, relatively speaking, he did it to Drew Bledsoe, $100 million man. All right, let's beat it up. T6001 says, yep, $200-something million elephant in the room. Yeah, that's a lot. That's too much. That's crazy. It's unreal. Oh, I need this comment. Paul Hardrick. That's a lie. He admitted live that he called that play. Stop trying to save that schedule-hating coach. He sacked all games. Paul, I have this argument a lot with my boys, especially Blaze. Paul, you have been suckered by podium talk. Podium talk is what Kevin Stefanski gave you. He jumped on it. He took cover for the team, okay? You're not going to out an offensive coordinator who only been doing it for 2-3 weeks. Oh, yeah, he called that play. He's stupid. Reese called that play. He dumbass. You take one for the team. Come on, Paul, grow up. Do you know sports? You know how many times I've seen this? We in the locker room. We just lost the game. And everybody mad and sad, whatever you want to be. But we also know we got another game. So chill out, dog. Don't die. Don't throw the furniture around here. And then, you know, a few minutes go by. Then all of a sudden you got to move on. So then the conversation, just like at a funeral, shifts from, damn, how we losing them? Man, what the fuck is you doing? Then it'd be like, so what you up to later? Now, that's always an awkward moment because you're supposed to be, but at the same time, you're like, we ain't getting that game back. Win or lose, it's gone. So then you start, what you doing later? And then that turns into, oh, we going there? And you got a little more joy back. You got a little joy back. You recovering, as they say, right? But here's the part. Then media, you know, our media rep comes up, hey, we need you at the podium, Wiley. Oh, okay. Just use me because I don't want to out a teammate. I've never done this, though. You know me. I'm up there like, man, shit. I don't care. I get to the podium, and I'm like, I walk in. I slow down my walk. Barely can get up the stairs. Get there, and I'm like this. Any questions? And they're like, so on that 3rd and goal that you looked like you had contained, but he got outside of you, what were your responsibilities? Oh, man. Yeah, on that play, I just got to let you know that I saw a lot of things, and I didn't have the eye discipline. Hold on. Can I have a minute, please? You was just talking about we going to Birchfields. We going to Birchfields, and the waitress going to be there tonight. You know, Diana. Yeah, come on, man. So Paul, don't get caught up, man. Just stop listening to everything. What they say, believe half of what you hear and none of what you see, or half of what you see and none of what you hear. I believe everything until I prove it wrong. Come on, Paul, grow up. He's talking about he said it. Yeah, okay. You've never been on a team then. Golly, you can't be that ignorant. You just can't be. There's no way. All right. This is a little fun story before we got some gangster coming up. This is a little fun story right here. Tell me what y'all think about this. Hey, this is the dude. Phillip Rivers coming back, y'all.
Well, the Indianapolis Colts are sifting through their quarterback options. Riley Leonard has a strained knee ligament. He's considered week to week. One of the options is the 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. As NFL Network reported, they are going to put through a workout with Phillip Rivers on Tuesday.
Look at Scott.
He's 44.
Wow.
He last played in the NFL in 2020. He is a grandfather. It is a question of whether or not Rivers would want to do it. He has to be 100% convicted. He doesn't know that he is. And the Colts also are sifting through other options to figure out who else they could bring in. But that is the point that they're now at, because Daniel Jones is out for the year. Riley Leonard is week to week. They have Britt Rippon on the practice squad. I cannot confirm, maybe you guys can help, that they've reached out to Troy Aikman to see if he wants to come in for a workout. But they have reached out to other people to see if they're interested. I mean,
come on, blah. Oh, this show got variety. Come on, man. 44. But if there's anybody that could do it, it's a quarterback. If there's any position you could do it, it's that position. Now, I'm not talking about Phillip Rivers. I don't know what he's been doing on them acres he owns and all them kids. I'm sure he's throwing that rock. And I'm going to tell you this. This ain't got to be forever. I was in a celebrity flag football game a couple years ago, and Drew Bledsoe was the quarterback of one team. Let me just tell you this. That boy can still throw it from end zone to end zone. Now, could he take a hit? Probably not. Could he move? Probably not. Couldn't move when he played, so I definitely don't think he can move. Blah, blah, blah. But you want ball to go to hand? I mean, there's no difference. I'm not even going to say he a notch off. There's no difference. I remember I was like, damn. And here's another thing. I went to shout out to RX3. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers, who puts up this amazing community event, kids, everybody. He invites all of his buddies. So a lot of NFL quarterbacks. Carson Palmer's there. Josh Allen's there. Bryce Young's there. All these cats. And they all are playing flag football. And so no matter who the quarterback is, I don't care who you – Sam Darnold was there. Who are you talking about? That ball going – you should see them in practice. So it's regular people who pay to play in the game, and then it's a bunch of NFL players, and then the kids are just like loving life and getting autographs. My son MJ got to talk to Aaron Rodgers for like 20 minutes. It was insane. They were just hanging out like buddies, like teammates. Just insane event. So the point is, they all chilling, and not a dude out there couldn't dart it. I mean, you can say what you want about in the game. You're like, oh, he ain't that good. He all right. Ball hand. Phillip Rivers, he never could run, so this is good. You don't want a mobile quarterback at 44. Then you're like, man, he can't do nothing. He's stuck, right? But a literal statue, and you know how Phillip throw it. His arm ain't hurt. His shoulder ain't hurt. He shot puts it. I think there's something there. I just want to let y'all know. I think there's something there. Let's see what y'all talking about in the comments before we get to this gangster. I think we got some gangster. Oh, man. His Chan said they call him a grandpa. Real spit. That's hilarious. I want y'all to hear this because it's wild out here. Tony Gonzalez, you guys know him. Great Hall of Fame. Baller and more than just football. And a lot of guys, I got to give you guys the cheat code. because this is the cheat code right here. Listen to him. He gonna talk
My
about
contract was up. They didn't want to pay me. You guys don't want to pay me, then I'm gonna go try and play in the NBA. I went and tried.
I hear Tupac. I hear some copyright issues. Nope. And that's all we gonna go. Can't do all that. I can't take it all out. But no, you know what? We gonna read through this. That's what we gonna do. Yep. We gonna read through this. Because no. Oh, they really trying to get me today. You know what? I can't stand you mother suckers. I'm gonna take that music out and play it. There you go. Look at this. So, if you guys I'm going to try to play in the NBA. I went and tried out for the Summer League team of the Miami Heat and made the team. My first, God dang! What Tony been eating? Oh, man, he balled. Okay, I was 1 for 7, though. Like we said, it probably would take the same amount of money playing. For real, just coming off the bench, same amount of money I would play at tight end for what they want to pay me. I hurt my ankle in one of the games, and then I'm feeling like I'm okay. Go back in, I'm looking at the coach in the hole. They want me to put me back in. They done called. Look at this Marshawn Lynch. Ha, they laugh at him because sit his ass. We got a contract waiting on him down here, and then he signs this deal, okay? I want y'all to understand, real quick, I use these topics to get into what I want to talk about. And I want all y'all to understand that if you got any kids, if you got itty bitties who have aspirations of going to the next level, put them in basketball. Quick. Even if they suck like I did, put them in basketball. And keep letting them play. Now, encourage them. If you know little Johnny ain't got it, he gonna get skills that can translate to every other sport, like no other sport. Top of the pyramid, the top apex of the pyramid, athletic pyramid is basketball. Because if you want to fall down to other sports, it's easier to do it from basketball than the other way around. If you're a top football player and then you try to play basketball, welcome to what the video you just saw from Tony Gonzalez. It's tough out there. But if you're a basketball player and you're all right, but you want to play football, you could be a Hall of Famer. His name is Tony Gonzalez. His name is Julius Peppers, right? His name is Antonio Gates, right? It's just the way it goes. Dog, Terrell Owens could play basketball. Sick. Like all the great players that were good in basketball, Hall of Famers in football. Hall of Famers. It's insane. It happens so often. So now it's funny because my son is a football player, but he's really loving basketball. But you can see he's a football player playing basketball still. And he loves it, so I ain't got to even kind of nudge him and be like, hey, you know, this basketball, you should stick with it. He's doing great. They're doing great. Our AAU team is #1 in the country. And we just lost, though, so I don't know if we're still #1. I don't know what that team was ranked. I didn't make the game. I had to go to this Ronnie Lott event. But the point is, they're doing very well. And my son is good in football, and he's good in basketball. But, boy, that's the balancing act. If you really want to load, there's a cheat code. Play basketball is 1. And 2 is make sure they're doing a martial art or make sure they're doing something of the body work. So that's yoga, Pilates, you know, with a little bit of Taekwondo or something. That's how you stay healthy, and that's how you stay at it. Okay, tell me, guys. Oh, somebody said, Facts Only says, better off doing soccer for elite footwork. Oh, yeah, soccer's great, too. I'm not saying that you're going to go wrong. I'm saying how you go the most right. This is gangster. This is real. Listen to this. You can't listen to this, huh? I'll turn the sound off. Okay, so I'm going to rewind this and put the sound back on. Watch this. Give it to me.
And Black Americans are different. Black Africans and Black Caribbeans are closer, almost identical. They have high, and I'm generalizing now, but generalization is pretty accurate. They have high self-esteem and lower levels of confidence. Black Americans have higher levels of confidence and lower levels of self-esteem. Because of slavery lasted here longer, it was turned into a business, and it was an intentional desire to destroy your spirit, because if they had this black man here, coming here with all that build and all that brawn from, by the way, they say they went to Africa, oh, we're dumb, we're stupid. Knock that off. 1500s was an agricultural age. The wealthiest gold in America, in the world, were cotton crops and sugar crops and tobacco crops, which are in areas which were very humid, very hot, and the soil was almost dead. Who could master dead soil? Africans. So they went halfway around the world to find the geniuses of the soil. They brought us halfway around the world because we could build wealth for them and income. But they didn't need this brother's attitude. They needed his body. So they separated from his family so he had no hope. They abused his wife and held him down so he couldn't protect her until he gave up his self-esteem. Now he's just machinery. So now, 400 years later, we never healed. So if I don't like me, I'm not going to like you. If I don't feel good about me, I'm not going to feel good about you. If I don't respect me, don't expect me to respect you. If I don't love me, I don't have a clue how to love you. And here's the big one. If I don't have a purpose in my life, I'm going to make your life a living hell. Whatever goes around, comes around. So we have high confidence, Jerome, because we've competed and succeeded against all odds in the biggest economy on the planet. So we have high confidence because we're competent, but we have low self-esteem, which is why you have crab in the barrel. It's why somebody's sitting there going, what is he talking about? My life? Why would anybody have anything with something positive to say right now? So if you got a problem with me, you need to check yourself. I don't even know you. So, as Quincy Jones once said, not 1 ounce of my self-esteem depends on your acceptance of me. So it's okay if you don't like me, I like me. Now, black African, y'all, come on now, we having church in here. Now, black Africans and Caribbeans experience slavery lower for a shorter period of time, and they experience family structure and role modeling for a longer period of time. The mayor was black. The governor was black. The premier was black. The dentist was black. The barber was black. The thief was black. Everybody was black. Together families. So they have higher self-esteem. But they have lower confidence because they didn't succeed in a market economy. It makes perfect sense. So that's why when black Africans or Caribbeans come here, within 2 or 3 years, they're killing it. Yet the Ethiopians in Washington, D.C., they're at the Park Hyatt parking the cars. Within a couple of days, they've hired the buddies to be valets. Within a few weeks, they're also the taxi drivers. Within a couple months, they put the money in for an Uber car. Now they got a black car. Now they got 3 black cars. Now they live together. Now they have their entire staff in the front of the lobby. They have the valets. They got the taxi. They got the Ubers. They're willing to rent you an apartment if you want one. I mean, but that's because the hustle was the only ingredient that they missed, the opportunity. Black people, black Americans are the role models for the world. But we've got a little bit confused because we think that's enough. We're also depressed. I think that 70% of black Americans clinically undiagnosed depressed. And I can't prove that number. I love number. I can't prove that one. But whenever I talk to somebody, our people in a real conversation, can I get an amen? So when we're having a real conversation, we just have to heal so we can deal. Now, if we can heal, which is real wealth, and heal ourselves and love ourselves, now we can have a relationship. Now, in a relationship, it's the only time where it should be multiplication and not math. So if in a relationship, if 2 + 2 does not equal 6, 8, or 10, what are you doing? If you're not better together, what are you doing? When you go to the club tonight?
Okay. He gonna keep going, and I think we get the gist. As he wrote in the caption, self-esteem is the whole game. Black Africans and Caribbeans often have high self-esteem but low confidence. Black Americans often the reverse. High confidence, low self-esteem. Why? 400 years of slavery broke the spirit, not just the body. We never healed. If I don't love me, I can't love you. If I don't respect me, I won't respect you. If I don't know my purpose, I'll make your life hell. We've got to heal the deal because once we fix what's inside, nobody can stop us. Okay. Now, all of that is real. And then it feels like, you see it? And then it also feels like all of that is contributing to right now, which we all see, is that people are saying that they have black fatigue. This conversation is important to me because I lived in a space, I'm talking about my pro athlete space, where there's a lot of brothers, right? A lot of people coming from same situations, whether it's inner city there or, I went to this school out there in the burbs. Next thing you know, I got all this money. What am I going to do? And what he's talking about is there's a difference. There's a different hustle. There's a different mindset. And me growing up where I grew up, and then me going to college where I went to college, and then me going to the pros, and you keep going, but let's stop there. All I saw were just different mindsets. All I saw were vessels that had different mindsets, mentalities. And the crazy thing is, it's not exclusive to any group, right? Now, there are tendencies. You could say generalizations, stereotypes, tendencies. But yeah, that's not exclusive. And when you see someone all of a sudden navigate differently than you expect them to, their stereotype, that's when you got an issue with them. But if you really look at it from far away, that is exactly what you need for anybody to live up to what he's talking about. No matter if you're black or white, anything. For you to achieve some things, you're going to have to go outside them borders of expectation. Ain't no greatness within the borders of expectation like this. You're supposed to be just like everybody else. If I could generalize you, how special are you? Right? If you just a walking stereotype, then what's great about that? Right? So I think when you talk about like within the black community, he's saying black Americans versus Caribbeans and other, they are sitting there enforcing education, not exposing. Because I think black Americans get exposed to education. It's enforcing it. Like, you are doing this or else. Sometimes it's, you better be a doctor, you better be a lawyer, you better go to grad school, and that ain't the same, right? So you're going to get what you give, right? And you're going to get what you give. If you're going to go get it, it's right there in front of you if you got the right mindset. That's it. And people always want to come at me and they want to have conversations about race. And then a lot of times I always tell you, I haven't had a racial conversation yet without it going back 400 years. And all I keep telling them is, look, I understand the trauma. I understand all things that we're going to talk about, all the facts, all the dates, all the incidents. But I also know that there's a greater power within me that can not only heal, that not only survived, but thrives. And that mentality is what we need to buy into. And that's not a black mentality. That's not a white mentality. That is a success mentality. We know how it goes. So when people don't want to subscribe to that, then we get into this position. We get into this position where, he's eloquent, he's breaking it down, but at the same time, this is why they're doing something and this is why they're not doing something. Well, no matter where you're from, it's where you're at mentally. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But if you think it matters, it does. Right? What's the old saying? If you think you can, you think you cannot. You're right. And I just want to just put that out there because I thought that was a way to insert some intelligence and to break down some borders. Because in this world, I got black fatigue, or I'm tired of talking about systemic racism. And like everybody is saying stuff that really is kind of pointing at that's the issue. And really when you point, what's the mother four fingers doing, they say? They're coming back at you. Enough's enough, dog. If you want it, you're going to go get it. If you don't, you're going to talk about it. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So I want y'all to beat it up in the comments. I see you, Chip Osorio, first generation American here, dad Nigerian and mom Brazilian. He spoke facts. Yeah, it's a different mentality. You can say culture. You can say whatever it is. It's just like, look, you got to do this. I notice a difference. Raising my kids right now, I'm like, yo, there's certain things you got to do. You need to do that so you can do what you want. Do what you need to do so you can do what you want to do. Simple as that. That's how I raise my kids, right? And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying it's great. I don't know how they're going to turn out, but I know the ingredients going to be good. The cake may not turn out exactly as I desire, but guess what? That's the whole beauty of this journey, putting in the right things. And the right thing is a mentality. Simple as that. What's the difference between two players? And they both got all the tangibles they need. What made Tom Brady something different? It wasn't tangibles, right? It's a mentality. And it wasn't even cultural for him. He says literally, because I I was not the dude, even though you went to Michigan, so you something. But you wasn't the dude. You Drew Henson and stuff. You sharing reps and time. What makes you get over that hump? You know what he said? He said, I became present. If I got one chance, one rep in practice, I'm out. Wow, that's the Super Bowl play. I get 2 Super Bowl plays. Think about it. We're hearing that now, and Shedeur, black, Tom Brady, white. This is not Shedeur saying it. This is people who are saying stuff for Shedeur. Oh, look at what happens. Look what he only getting 2 reps. And Tom Brady was like, Super Bowl reps. Okay? And that's the mentality. And I think when you see success, you always can retroactively go back and say, oh, man, I ain't even catch that when they did that. They built that right in your face, and you didn't notice it until it was that big, right? But it starts right there. Ignorance. It's just ignorance. I've been called out my name. If I listen to, and this is everybody, if I listen to the resistance to the headwind, I wouldn't be here because everybody's telling you to go that way. And that way is the wrong way, but it's the easier way. It's the general way. It's the only way that a lot of people only know. That's why it is a bell curve. That's why that success is on the margins. That's why there is a such thing as only the 1%. Not even the 5%, 10%, top 1%. Like to really go get it, it's a success pyramid. All the rooms at the bottom and all the people. So when you are in a position trying to build something and somebody is coming up to you saying that way, you need to look at them dead in their face and say, thanks, no thanks. I'm not doing that. In my next book, I'm going to write something on this. Everyone is a winner. And I know it sounds weird, but I really believe that. Growing up, I really believe everyone's a winner. I just think that sometimes people choose the wrong games to play and they win those games. You want to be fresh, you'll be fresh. You want to chase girls, you'll get girls. You want to be popular, you'll be popular. You want to be hard, you'll be hard. You want to be gangster, you'll be gangster. But then, what are the prizes for those? Hey, you won the game. Now, here's your prize, jail. Here's your prize, distracted and didn't graduate. Here's your prize, she's pregnant. You won, though. See, that's how I want people to look at life, the itty bitties. I tell them all the time, it's Legos, little pieces. How do Legos come, kids? They come in these little pieces. What happens when you put them all together? It's big. Yes. Everyone gets handed Legos. I don't care if you get a little, you get a couple, put them together. Tom Brady reps, Super Bowl reps, itty bitties out there. It's a mentality. You ain't got to be rich. You ain't got, dog, I was broke as they get, right? But I always had this mentality. It came from everything around me, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I had a mentality. I was like, I'm going up there. Why you think you could go up there? That ain't the way. Ma'am, did you go up there in your world? Did you make your dreams reality? No, because when I met him and then we moved and, ma'am, no. It's okay. It's okay. I got you. Hand the baton off. I got you. Whether it's my mama, whether it's the neighbor, just check your mentality and you can see the difference in that. Dream and reality is checking your mentality. I love it. All right, I had to get out of here on this. Man, sometimes, hey, this is a sociology show. Sociology of sports, sociology of life. We got to go there sometimes. Love for you guys out there. Yeah, I see it in the comments. A lot of people talking about, hey, if you really give a testimonial, you know what it was. You was joking in class if things didn't add up. You was not paying attention, things didn't add up. It's really rare that it's their fault. Whoever they are, it's rare. It's all good. Don't look out the window. Look in the mirror. Love for you guys. See y'all tomorrow. Blah, blah, blah. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole.